Okay, you probably hear the congestion. I am just coming down with a head cold. I'm restless. It's one of those weeks, bro. I made a TikTok about it yesterday. I appreciate you guys. I haven't even had the time to getting around to making the Champions League reaction video. I'm just going to pass on it because it's already a Tuesday. I was moving Saturday. I wanted to do the watch along. I wanted to watch it. I was watching on my phone. 1 bar of laggy service, but I did watch it. PSG dominated, bro. They went crazy. Dewey, the boys, they all went nuts. That team is crazy. The midfield is crazy. Best team in football this year. I wish we saw Barca playing, bro. It wasn't even a game, man. But I still think PSG would have won by a few. They were just so good. What a season they had. So, look, we're going to talk and run through some transfer news. Let me know your thoughts on some of these. Yeah, I've got like 10 tabs pulled up. We're going to go through them all, give you guys my opinions on them. And if you enjoy it, drop a thumbs up, man. It supports the videos a lot. The first one, Bruno Fernandes has rejected an Al Hilal proposal. All right, despite crazy contract proposal from the Saudi Pro League club, Bruno wants to continue playing football in Europe. Okay, it says he wants to keep playing at the top level in Europe. Now, everybody's memeing this today because they're like, well, United's not playing at the top level because they're playing 1 game a week. All right, so that's what everybody's saying. Now, that report, does it leave it up to, does Bruno go somewhere else? I don't know. There's been no other links with Bruno. I mean, I look at Bruno and I think of him as a Manchester United player. And when this was originally leaked last week, I said, there's no way this dude is going to go to Saudi. There's just no way. He just doesn't seem like the type, especially with everything he said about United and all that. Like, he seems really committed to the club. So if you're a Manchester United fan, hallelujah, because if you lost this guy, you might be getting relegated next year. I'll be honest. But with Bruno, I think he's so good that's not possible. And he said, as a quote, Al Hilal for me was an easy move, even at a family level. I had Cancelo there, but I want to maintain myself at the highest level. I want to keep playing in the big competitions, and I feel capable of it. All right, Bruno. He wants to keep playing in the big competition. So, does that leave the door open? Does he have some interest from other European clubs? We will see. Official from Fabrizio as well. So this is quite interesting. I've actually seen this as well. Sancho basically wanted, I think, 300K a week or something, right? And we were looking at the wages of the other Chelsea players. It's not nearly as high. So he's leaving Chelsea and returning to United with a 5 mil penalty clause paid. He said, grateful for the experience. Big love to everyone at Chelsea who made me feel at home. But apparently he was... Sorry, that's my FIFA screen. I went to the wrong screen. Apparently, he was demanding too much in wages. It's just the report on it. So he goes back to United. I mean, what does that mean for... Dude, I don't know, man. This is such a weird one. And we just saw him score a crazy goal, like literally in the last Chelsea game. So he's just one of those guys, man, for me that, like, I don't know. We're getting to the point now where he just completely aging out of what he could have been. I mean, we see the moments, we see the flashes with him. But if he goes back to United, I mean, how does that look? I mean, under Amarim, is it a bit different? I don't know. This is one of those players that if you can get him committed, if you can get him locked in, if you can get him to care, he's insane. He's a really good player. So we will see what happens there. I don't know, man. All right, this one to me was like kind of crazy. All right, so I wasn't really expecting this one. This is a manager one. All right, Inzaghi's gonna go to Al Hilal. They're giving him 26 million net per season until June 2027. All right, like what the hell, man? What the actual hell? This guy got them to 2 Champions League finals in the last 3 years, and now he's out of here. He's out of here, man. They got cooked so bad they sent him to Saudi. They got cooked so bad in the final. This man is out. So yeah, he's out from Inter. I mean, the Inter fans, I've been seeing him. They're calling him a traitor out of all this, like, get the hell out, fraud. Anyways, I don't know. The bag was calling it. It appears. Reindeers. Look, the main theme of this video is that they are blowing up AC Milan. All right, AC Milan's team. Obviously they played terrible. They do have a lot of crazy, valued individual talents. I'm sure Milan is looking at their current situation, feeling like, okay, with these players, it's just not working. How can we cash in on these guys? Let's get them out. They don't even want to be here. We played terrible this year. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. So Reindeers to Milan. He's a very good player. I think this is a good signing for City. I like this one a lot. I think he's a really good player. So he's going off to City. And there's more, right? Mike is now leaving, and he's going to go to Chelsea. Now, personally, guys, I love this signing. Like, this guy is really good. So I really like this signing. I think Chelsea need a little more consistency with the goalkeeper position. This is a national team starter for France. Very good keeper. I do rate him in the games that I've watched him play. I think he is quite good. So if you're a Chelsea fan, this is something you do want to see. It looks like this is going to happen. This is progressing like a lot today. So it's a new story, not something we were talking about 2-3 days ago. New story today, but definitely looks like something that is progressing positively. This one is interesting, but the funniest part about this one, Højlund to Inter. Now, Højlund for me this season was one of the largest disappointments. He's been given some time now. He's not producing at United. He looks like he's out of place. The one critique I would say with Højlund. His runs are horrible. Like, for a striker, he never seems to be in the right spots at the right time, and that's mainly his flaw. It's not even like any of his actual, all his skills and everything. His hold-up play, which I've seen, it's decent. Like, his finishing, it could be better, but he's just never in the right position, I feel like. His timing is terrible, and it's funny because, like, I've seen him play for Denmark, seen him play with Atalanta. Like, he's looked a lot better. So I don't know what happened there, but this would not surprise me. Inter Milan have done this with many strikers where they will just get strikers that maybe people aren't as high on anymore. They'll kind of buy at a lower value and they'll just make him good again. So Inter probably looking at him for a backup. I mean, a backup, right? Because they've got Thuram. They've got Lauti. I think Thuram they have. You know what I mean? So but then they bring off the bench like Arnautovic. I mean, he did miss that goal for the league, but Taremi. So it's just like, I don't know, man. The Inter do a good job with these strikers. All right, this to me is happening. De Bruyne to Napoli. I'm very excited to see this. I think this will be quite interesting, and it will be interesting to see. I think this is going to be the least pressure that Kevin De Bruyne has played with in his life in like a decade, like in terms of matches every single game. So don't be surprised. Like, I feel like Kevin De Bruyne form and everything considered wise just hasn't been playing as well the last year and a half for what he used to when he was in his prime, let's say 3 to 5 years ago. But don't be surprised if he just makes a comeback and starts playing insane again. He'll have a little bit more space in this league, and I think it suits him a lot. So let's see. Time will tell. I really like this, though. For Napoli, I like that a lot. Winning the league, picking up Kevin De Bruyne, I like it. All right. This one is what I mean as well. This is like the third or the fourth AC Milan player we're talking about. It looks like this could happen. Al Hilal agreeing to terms with Theo Hernandez, $30 million. I guess, obviously with the way these goes, there also has to be personal agreements. So there's no personal agreement yet with this soon. So Theo has to decide now if he's going to accept it or not. But like crazy, Theo's not that old. So to see him go all the way to Saudi already, it's crazy to see this consistency. We thought it might wear off at some point with like players going to Saudi and stuff. It just continues. So Theo to Saudi is looking like it's going to happen. This one's kind of interesting. Joe Bellingham to Borussia Dortmund. All right. So Sunderland have currently no intention to negotiate under release clause value worth 40 mil, but dude, that'd be crazy. And that'd be crazy on one day they played together. So that's interesting. Thought I would just point that one out. I tried to point out the most interesting ones. Now, this one for United, guys, I really like this one because I think a problem with United is that they will bring in attackers or like players that are killing it in other leagues, right? And they get to the Premier League and they get to United and the moment is just too crazy. All right. It's just like, it's not working. Now, there has been exceptions. Like I feel like with Alexis Sanchez, he had a couple moments, but was not crazy at United, all things considered, right? And he was obviously, in the league previously. But I like this because Mbeumo, for me, has been producing for years on Brentford. Brentford this last year probably were better than Manchester United, but nonetheless, this looks like this is going to happen. And I think it might have. Did it already happen? I don't know. I think this is definitely like going to happen. Once you start seeing this go to this spot, usually these transfers do happen. Look, this guy this season, guys. People are like 20 goals, 8 assists, bro. 20 goals. It's crazy. 20 goals, 8 assists. 20 goals in the Premier League, 7 assists. So good. He's been a 9 or a 10 goal scorer for. They just need someone that can get in there and put the ball in the back of the net, bro. They're really missing that. So I like this. Obviously, if he goes, he's gonna go up top. Got Diallo in that right wing position. I like this a lot. 25 years old as well. I just think yes, they're gonna be having to pay a premium because Mbeumo, look, getting a 20 goal season in the Prem, it's not easy. So they will be paying the premium. But I just think for the risk considered, it's a good move. He's 25. He knows the situation. It's a little more familiar to him. Obviously the transition, the adjustment will be a bit easier. So if United's going to take a gamble on a striker and pay a lot, I like it. I've watched him play. He understands the game well. I think it will work well, and I think he will definitely boost the Manchester United in the future season. Kirkez still working with Liverpool. It looks like Liverpool is going to bring in Wirtz, Frimpong, and Kirkez, which is crazy. So they've really hit the upgrade button. I think they've needed to. Did not like the way the end of the season went with Liverpool. And I just think that for them, having more players into the team that can make a difference, like all of them, especially Wirtz and Frimpong on the attack, can really make a difference. So Liverpool making upgrades. This one is like super random, but Coman, this guy's had so many injuries. And to those that have watched Coman at his peak or when he's not injured and he's playing well, he's a sick footballer, man. Like, really good. So I guess Barcelona I guess he's expected to leave. If he goes wherever he goes, right, it's not going to be probably a ton at this point in his career. Um, and it looks like Barcelona, this is kind of where we're going to also segue to Barcelona. Delap to Chelsea. I like the move for him. We're going to talk about this. We'll talk about the Ronaldo right now, and then we'll go to the Barcelona. So Ronaldo was writing something on his Instagram, or I saw a Twitter post about, something about being the last game with Al Nassr. Now they're hoping to get the new deal sorted. We still don't know what's going to happen with Ronaldo in this offseason, so that's going to be interesting to see. Will he stay there? I don't know. Look, it kind of felt like he was going to leave. And if he leaves, like, at this point, where does Ronaldo go? Like, that's where I'm wondering, guys. If you have any idea where you think this dude is going to go, I have no idea. Maybe it's not. Is it going to be about the wages for him anymore? I don't know, right? There's not going to be a lot of teams that are going to be able to compete with, obviously, what Al Nassr are providing for him. Okay, so Inter have also entered the race to sign Marcus Rashford. So Barcelona and Inter now linked with him. I think it's not a bad move. His transfer value has probably been halved or cut in a third in the last 2-3 years, and he's a really good footballer, especially for an Inter Milan and their style. He would fit that team very well. I believe playing in that type of system, but I don't know how he could go to Barcelona and fail. I just don't see that with the footballers they have there. It's going to be if Rashford went to Barcelona, it would probably be the least pressure he would have. I mean, yes, the Barcelona shirt, it's heavier than the Villa shirt for sure. But just in terms of the ballers they already have, like, he's going to be going in a system where there's not as much pressure on him, man. And I think we've seen a lot of moments in Rashford's career where he's been great. Either move for him, and these two I really like. I think they work really well. Cherki to City. Guys, if you haven't seen Cherki kick a football, if you haven't watched this guy, he's a freaking baller. Don't be surprised if this dude and Marmoush next season are lighting up the Premier League. All right? Because Marmoush did nothing besides that this season. Don't be surprised. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Man City. Foden went ghosting this year. KDB on the way out. Definitely room for a guy like Cherki to join into the team. He is a top talent, like in terms of technical ability, crazy player. Wirtz as well. We've already talked about Wirtz. I love the move. I think it's a very good move. Striker situation. We still really not heard much about Arsenal, guys. I've only seen with Arsenal that they are linked with Sesko. That's what I've seen. Haven't seen anything really updated about Gyökeres, but Osimhen, guys, still 26 years old. At the moment right now, he's happy and settled with Galatasaray, but looks like Galatasaray and Al Ahly are the only ones really kind of giving him formal offers. So this is a striker that I think is very good too. It's just crazy situation, right? With exiting Napoli, and then I don't know, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, guys, that's all the news that we have today. I just want to run through some of that. I think there's a lot of interesting moving pieces. This summer is going to be crazy. And they are absolutely, the whole league. The Serie A is going crazy, and the whole freaking Milan team, they're just blowing up the team. And the one thing I will say is, like, at this point, Leao's got to go because that ship is sinking. All the good players are leaving. I mean, it's going to allow for Milan to have some real development years, but I just think at this point with Leao in the time of his career, like, Bayern really want him. So that would be a spot that I've said this on this channel. I want Leao to go to Bayern really badly. So let me know your thoughts, guys. A lot of interesting moves that are going to be happening. We will keep you guys updated. I like reacting to these because I guess we could just add a little bit of a thought, talk about it together, and then that way you guys who watch this channel, you guys can just stay informed, bro. There's a lot of people that post like a million transfer things. I'm trying to pick out what I think looks pretty valid and legitimate. So then you guys can have the updates because I know you guys are busy, you're working, you got school, you're on the go. So hopefully you guys enjoy these videos. Thanks for watching this one, guys. See you guys in the next one. Peace.